Hello first graders! So for this project we're going to be creating a mitten using different patterns. So if you have not yet, make sure you listen to the read aloud story called The Mitten. So what we will need for this project to start is a piece of paper. I'm using blue construction paper, but if you don't have colored construction paper, you can always use a white piece of paper and color it in blue later, okay? And you can start with pencil. I'm going to be starting with white pastel. See how I outlined my entire mitten all in white? That way you can see my lines a little bit better on my paper. But I would use pencil for yours just in case you want to erase anything. So let's begin. I'm going to start with the arm, so it's just going to be 2 lines at the bottom of your paper. 1, 2. And then we're just going to make a line going across those 2 lines for the start of our mitten. Then this line here is going to go up a little bit. And after it goes up a little bit, you're going to add a bump for your thumb. So after you add that bump for the thumb, it's just going to be a big bump for the rest of your mitten. So there is our mitten shape. So now what we have to do is color in our mitten and add some patterns. So in the Google Slides, I posted some examples of different patterns. So let's make a few other patterns on our mitten together. So think of different shapes and patterns that you would like to do. I will do the first one, I'll do stripes. So I'm doing up and down lines for stripes. And these are called diagonal lines. Okay, so now let's make another section. I'm just going to make a line here, cutting off the thumb there. Let's make another section to add shapes. This next section for a pattern, I'm going to do lines, same diagonal lines, and in between those lines, I'm going to add circles. So it would be a pattern because it repeats, right? So I have circle, line, circle, line, circle, line, circle. Now I'm going to make another line for my next section, and I'm going to make, let's see, hearts. So I'll do heart, circle, heart, circle, heart. See how it repeats again? And other things you could do stars, you can do triangles, squares. So this next section I will make triangles. So I'm making these X's, but it makes these cool triangle shapes. And it's just repeating over and over again for my next pattern. All right, so now I'm going to make some more stripes for my last pattern. And then on the thumb, I'm going to do a few more sections with different patterns and lines. So after you complete your mitten with all your different patterns inside, you can color it in. So I use pastels to color mine, but you could use crayons, markers, paint, whatever you have. And you're going to color them and create a pattern. So for this first section here, I will do purple and green. And I will just keep repeating those colors to create that pattern. So purple, green, so on and so on. And you'll do that for all of your patterns inside of your mitten. And I'm not going to fill in my entire mitten. I will just do this section just so you'll see what to do for yours. So I'm going to move on to the next step. So after you fill up your entire mitten with all your different colors, you are going to add your snow. So there's a few ways we could add the snow. You could do it in white crayon or white pastel, or for this one, I use white paint and a Q-tip. So what you'll do is you'll dip your Q-tip in your white paint and you'll just push down and it makes these nice little circles for snow. And you can do them all around your background and just fill it all up. And when you're all done with your mitten, it will look something like this. And don't forget to upload a photo of your work when you're all done so I can see your beautiful mitten.